Yeah, I'm Gregor Townsend, head coach of Glasgow Warriors Rugby Club. We have three values at our club that are based on work that Gregor Townsend has done, and it's done in Scotland as well through Positive Coaching Scotland, and that's about being a triple impact rugby player. The first one is improving yourself, the second one is improving your teammates, and the third one is improving the club. We're a professional rugby club, so we've got to grow the club and get most supporters at our games. I've been really fortunate. Before I started my role here as head coach, I had a couple of weeks with the Chiefs, who were on their way to win the Super Rugby title last season and won it the following season as well. So I saw firsthand what their success was based on, that day-to-day working to get better. What I took from that was the players and the coaches weren't separate; they were both together. There was even meetings where the coaches sat in the same seats as the players and were chipping in as if they were players rather than coaches telling players what to do. At this club over the last 2 seasons, we've learned from some great people and learned from some great organisations. And so we're learning, but also we're reaffirming what we do is similar to what these teams are doing, and it's driving the culture to get better every day will lead to success on the field. First and foremost, I have a growth mindset, so I know I'm miles and miles away from being the best coach I can be. I know I have to learn from my mistakes, learn from others, and learn from the best. So I've always strived to do that as a coach. We've got that within our coaching group. So having that environment where the people that are helping you believe that you can get better, that where you are now is only a snapshot of where you can be. That's what you need for growth mindset players to come in. And some of those people might come in with leaning whether it is towards growth mindset or fixed mindset, but you can certainly help them get closer towards 100% growth mindset with how you interact with them. We have an award that we give out at the end of each season to our most improved player, and we take that very seriously. We look at the player that has really strived to find out how he can get better and then worked hard to do that. And we see improvement on a weekly basis, month to month, and then season on season here at the club. And I know I'm very lucky. I'm involved in professional sport, so you do get to see that improvement fairly quickly with the amount of work you can do. The players that come in, if they had a good day or a bad day and are phoning you up to say, can I meet you before training to go through my game, whether they played well or not, you know they're just searching to get better. The players that are last to leave the training field, we always have windows in our training sessions where you can work on those areas you've identified to improve yourself. We call them, last year we called them good to great windows. This year we call them great by choice. So it's their choice if they want to do that. And we see lots and lots of players doing that. Mindset drives the coaching process. It drives how you're going to get better as a team. Basing it on how they can get better, it's really important you stress effort and learning. Effort, learning, improvement. Keep talking about that. And looking at skill and execution of skill is something that they've worked hard on to get better, not just say, well, he's got an outrageous talent and nothing can be done on that, or he's done that, he's just been given that. No, if people have got very good skill, that's because they've worked hard on it, and keep reinforcing that. You can get better in that area, you can get better in other areas. Look at how you've achieved what you've achieved in that area. So effort, learning, giving them, stretching them as well. When things start to get a bit too easy, make it hard for them, and the ones that seek that are the ones you know already have the growth mindset. I know from my experience as a player, but also in conversations with the players since I've been coaching, that it's those one or two words that you use, which you might think is constructive criticism. That's the words that the players hear much louder than the praise. And I think there's a phrase, the sandwich theory. Any negative comments, you try and have at least 3 or 4 positive comments. And I think it's important how you give that constructive criticism. So it's taking a player at the side, demonstrating that it's a focus on a skill, it's not personal, getting one-on-one meetings to ask questions, to bring it out of them, to see how they are. How would you rate yourself in yesterday's training? and often they come forward and say, well, no, I just didn't put in the effort, apologies, rather than being straight on top of them and say that's not good enough. Also, something I read recently was about expectations. I think it's important that when you're putting over criticism or pointers for a player, you say we have high expectations because we believe in you, we believe that you can achieve them, rather just putting a final point of saying that's not good enough. You've got to paint a picture of that player going out there to achieve that.